Hi, it's Sarah. I'm here to share a wedding album that I had as a custom order, and I used this paper collection, Wedding Day, by Paper House. I got this collection at Joann's. It's the first time I ever used this paper collection. I actually really did like the papers. They weren't too thin, they weren't too thick. They were kind of in between. Used the 6x6 pad and the 12x12 pad. All I had left was these journaling cards that you can cut out of the paper, and the smaller ones too. And then same with the 6x6 paper. I had a couple of these left over. Um, And I had a couple I had your normal scraps that you would get from the paper as well. I have some of the 6x6 too, pad left over. Um, so anywho, I used this collection. I did like it. The quality's not bad, like I said. So this is what I come up with. It's 8x8. The covers are 8x8. The pages are a little bit smaller than that to fit into the album. I originally was going to do binder rings on this album. It ended up not working very good for me. I did not like the real flimsiness of the ring binder. Style Binding by Laura Dennison. And I put it and applied it right to the spine, which I used the embossed uh, upholstery fabric that I've used several different times. Uh, I get that at Hobby Lobby. I really like it. I also I used a thing of, I think Prima makes them. They're a wedding wooden pieces that you can buy. I used a set of those, and I used these heart brads throughout the album as well. Uh, Mainly on the front cover and a little bit on the closure. Um, I used this lace to make a laced up closure or on my spine, a lace up design on my spine here. I use this corset trim on the side here. It's actually technically lingerie corset trim. I really like it though. It has lace on the side. And then I added this double lace here. This is part of the paper. I just fussy cut that out, and then I laid this on the side here. Um, then this is part of the paper. I love that, how it said love. And then this cutout was from the 12 by 12 paper. Every love story is beautiful, but ours is my favorite. And I thought that was really cute. These hearts are punch hearts from a different die that I have. This is a die that I have. It's a doily die that I have, and I put that in the back. And then I made a little pocket or a double pocket out of this, and put these tags behind it. Maybe. And I added these heart brads to the tops of them with seam binding. And then I put seam binding across here, and I double layered it, and then I added some lace trim on the top. I made a little bow out of the top of that, or out of that as well. And then back is continuing the same thing. Use that paper on there. And then the lace and the seam binding come back here as well. Now on the side closure, I have this elastic trim behind this leather strap, and I added an eyelet, and I put the seam binding up through it, tied a knot, and then put it back through. I added a heart brad every 3, so then there's a heart brad, 3 eyelets, heart brad, 3 eyelets, heart brad, and then I ended up with 2. Then when I was designing this, I was originally going to do a buckle closure, but when I got all done, my buckle ended up not being, I ended up using most of the buckle, or half the buckle that you would normally use. I ended up using half of it to apply it to my cover. So I ended up having to improvise, and I added magnets to this. So it's more or less a decorative closure, or decorative. It's more or less a decorative closure because I have the seam binding closure, ribbon closure as well. So I wasn't too concerned about it, but I used a piece of ribbon and I wrapped it around this buckle, and I added a brad to it, and so that's how I adhered it to the covers. So let's open this up. So you open this up, and let me zoom in just a little bit more. So on the front cover here, I added a little flower cluster over here with some of the twine, and then I layered this sticker here that I found that I thought matched the collection quite well, and it says True Love. And then I used washi tape, and I added this little journaling card, and you can open it up and you could journal in there or add a little photo to the back, and then that helps keep it down secure. Underneath that little sticker. And then I made a pocket using a 6x6 piece of paper, and I added these little wooden pieces to the top with brads, and these are photo mats, so you could add a small photo here or leave this alone and add photos to the back, and those just tuck in there. I added some ruffle trim down there. I added some crochet trim here, ruffle trim with rosette trim, and then some ruffle lace here. On this page, I added one of these other pop-up stickers, friendship, happiness, love, a little flower cluster. I added this little library pocket, and I added the word treasure sticker to the top. Add some of the paper, some of that trim, little bow, another one of those doily die cuts. Then I added these photo mats here. This one says, "You will forever be my always." So those just get tucked in there. Then you flip the page. Now on this page, I layered this sticker that was in that sticker collection, Wedding Day, with this ring. I added a little flower to it and a bow. Added this lace trim and a little bit of these wooden hearts on the side. I added some of this jute along the side here. Added this brad at the top that says True Love and hung these wooden rings from that. And what this does is you grab the corner and it's magnetic. You swing that up. And I have a couple journaling cards inside. And you could put photos on the back of those as well. Or you could add photos inside the pocket. So you could do a lot with the pocket. And then it just swings back shut. I got that idea off of Kona Raven. She's on YouTube as well. I used this trim here with some bling in the middle. And then I used this piece of the paper, that's on the cover. It says love. I made a little side pocket out of it. You can journal on this little tag. Then I add a little wooden heart to it as well. I add a little bow. This is a pop-up sticker from that collection, and then from that sticker collection. And then this is a little flower there. Added these photo mats. Another sticker from that collection. And added these wooden pieces to the top. Then you turn the page, and I added this little flower cluster over here. Added a couple of these little tags. You can journal on those. Add seam binding, lace, and a little bow. I just love this page. I think it's so pretty. So then on this, or in the middle, I add this trim, and I weave some of this seam binding through the middle of it. And then I made a pocket out of the paper that says Dreams Come True. Added one of those stickers. It's a little mason jar with flowers. I had a little bit of flowers around it and some jute twine. Added some jute twine around this pocket before I laid it down. Added a couple tags. I figured they could layer their names on it or add a date or something on there. And then I added these wooden pieces to the top of these pieces of paper, and I figured you could journal on the back or add a couple photos to those. And those just get tucked in there. And then this page flips up. And can add a photo there. And then this is the same saying like with the front. And that just slides underneath this belly band I made out of the paper. And then I added a little tag. You can journal on that tag there. Add a little bit of lace to it. And then this is part of the paper collection. I fussy cut that out of the big page. And it says, "You will forever be my always." I love that saying. And then here is just a free floating photo mat, and then you can journal on the side there. And then on this side flips up as well. And in here I made a little belly band. It's holding a little coin pocket. There's a little journaling spot on the outside of that. And then this little booklet you can open up and journal in there or add smaller photos to that. And that just gets tucked in underneath this pocket here, or this belly band. And then I made a little pocket on the side. It says, "Our story is just beginning." You can journal underneath there and on the back. Then on this page here, I made another belly band. I added these two journaling cards. It says, the groom and the bride, and I figured they could put the bride on the back of this one and the groom on the back of that one, and slide it up underneath there. And you could add a couple more photos underneath there as well. And that shuts up there. Then you flip the page over. And I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. Making sure that was all that page did. Okay. Now, on this page, I added another flower cluster up there with some jute twine. Added this tag that has a little bow on it. And a little bit of this lace off of that. Then this opens up and you can pull it out. You can journal here, add a photo here and there. And that gets slid back in there. It has a magnetic on it, or a magnet on it, so it holds it shut. Then I added this lace trim here and added this rosette trim in there. This is coffee dyed. And then added this lace trim there as well, and some of this bling down the sides. Then I added these two tags. One has seam binding, the other one has lace. Add a little bow with a pearl in the middle and a little flower cluster right here. And this one has a side photo mat that you can pull out. Add a photo there. And flip it over, and on this page I added another flower cluster with a little bit of jute twine and added a bow up here. I figured they could put the cake picture on this photo mat here that I have little wooden rings hanging from or on, and I use that as a tab, and I added a little heart brad on the side there, and that gets tucked in there. Then this flips up. And I added some journaling cards in here. Another journaling card, a photo mat, and another photo mat. I have to ink that one up. Didn't realize it wasn't inked up. And you could slide a couple more pictures in there as well. This is open for a large photo here, and you could journal down here if you'd like. And that closes back up. Then on this side, I just made a little pocket tuck spot and added these two journaling cards, or photo mat and journaling card. Held it with this paper clip, add this little pop-up sticker and a little flower. Then on this page, I added another pocket here. I left the side open. It's only down on 3 sides. That way you could slide more photos underneath there. Could add little photos to the back of these. Another tag for a little journaling spot. Add a little rosette flower, a little flower cluster at the bottom here with another popped up sticker. And another photo mat back here that has XOXO on it, or XO. And can add a photo to the back of that as well. Then I added some more of this ruffle trim here, and a little bit more of that bling. And this lifts up, and this is a 3 pocket here, and you can place a large photo here. Try to keep in frame. You can place a large photo here and a large photo here, and add free floating pictures in here, or add invitation, or you can just add anything you want in there. It's just a double pocket. And then on this side, I added a belly band, a little journaling tag. I layered one of these pop-up stickers and a little bit of jute with a little flower. Add these 2 photo mats here with the wooden pieces on the top. And those slide up underneath there. Then you flip it over, and on this page I have another flower cluster here. I have a little journaling spot right there with that little journal tag in there. Both of those in there. And then this also is a photo mat that pulls out. You can place photos on both sides and journal right here. I've got some glue strings still. Then that gets slid up underneath there, and that's also magnetic. Then this flips up as well. And I placed one of these journaling cutout pieces there, made a little tuck spot, added this journaling card and another piece of the paper there, and another journaling spot right there. Then there's room for a large photo here, and there's also a photo mat back here. It says Forever Begins Today, and I have a love wooden piece at the top with a heart brad, and that gets tucked in behind there. And then on the back page, the back cover, I have more of this rose trim, more of that lace trim there, and this crochet ruffle trim there, more of the lace trim here, and I made a belly band and used this from the paper collection, made a photo mat, and made another one, or you can journal on that one. There's a journaling tag, made a little pocket out of one of the cutouts, and you can place a photo back here. Add the wooden piece to the tops. And those all get slid underneath this belly band. And the belly band was made out of the paper as well. It's the one that says, "Our dreams come true." Or dreams come true. And then the top one is also holds a couple different photo mats. So lots of place for photos, and I really like the paper collection. I like how all the colors went together, and it turned out quite well. I'm really surprised on how it really turned out. Uh, but yeah. So and then I layered a little bit of flower collection or flower cluster right there, and I still have a couple things I gotta do to it, I guess. But this is that. And let me know. All right. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see ya. Later.